Hello and welcome to the horoscope for Taurus rising. My name is Justina and I use Western Astrology tropical Zodiac, and these predictions are most accurate for the rising sign. So welcome. Now October is a pretty interesting month. We've got 4 planets turning direct. So this is a great time for putting any of your ideas, thoughts into action, because you are likely to feel really stimulated over these 4 weeks of October. So let's break this month down for you and see what it brings on a more personal level, starting from the first alignment happening on October the 1st. Mercury in Libra, square Pluto in Capricorn. This is activating your sphere of work, everyday routine, and employment and health, and your sphere of foreign affairs, law, and life direction, life philosophy. Squares are aspects that stimulate change. So here with Mercury activated in your 6th house, it's important to keep an open mind, because you might easily get obsessed with an idea or thought that comes into your mind, especially something connected to your health, well-being, or employment. Now, during this time, something hidden, Pluto is about the hidden things, might come into the surface, something connected to your health, something connected to your work, coworkers. So you might have to deal with some hidden issues during this time as well that come into the light. Now, this is also a great time for dealing with the deeper aspects of if you are involved in any projects at work, or perhaps something to do your everyday routine. Now, with Pluto activated in your 9th house, on the other hand, it's a great time for studying, for better understanding your life mission, life direction, life philosophy. At the same time, you might redefine your life principles or your beliefs at this time. Now, with Pluto here as well, you are able to deal with deeper matters, things that perhaps seemed unattainable before, and now will be easier to approach with this square. Now, on the 6th of the month, we've got a new moon in Libra activating your sphere of health, everyday routine, work, and co-worker. So as you can see, this area will be activated a number of times throughout this month. So there is a lot of focus this month on your health, on your work, on your well-being, on your employment as well. And with a new moon, it's a really great time for implementing something new, a new health regime. This could be a time when you get a new jobs, some new opportunities for your employment as well. But now Mars, the ruler of Aries, will be closely aligned with this new moon. So you might really get this inner urge, inner courage, motivation to initiate something new concerning this sphere of your life. So it's a really interesting new moon. But also on this day, we have Pluto turning direct finally. Pluto has been retrograde since the end of April. So if you have experienced any challenges, or if you have review your sphere of foreign affairs, life mission, life direction, life philosophy, now would be a great time for putting any of these ideas into action, as I already explained at the beginning of this video, with the activation of Pluto turning direct. Right, so let's look at the next aspect, Mercury and Mars conjunction. So we already had this conjunction back in August, in the second part of August, when Mercury and Mars conjunct in Virgo. This time they will meet in Libra, and Mercury will be retrograde. So Mars and Mercury, this is a time of some really great mental stimulation, and it's a great time for studying. But as you can see with this new moon, you might really have this inner urge to implement some changes into your health routine, into your diet, into your everyday schedule, everyday responsibilities, but also your work life comes into focus, your employment as well. Now, on the 10th, we've got Saturn turning direct in Aquarius. So here Saturn is your sphere of career and professional life. Now with Saturn is about structure, so you might want to find more structure in your career. It's a great time for getting involved in any projects that require self-discipline, progressive thinking, consistency as well. So here, if you have reevaluated your career, or you've reviewed, or perhaps there were some challenges in the last few months, especially since Jupiter will also turn direct on the 17th, this is a great time for putting any of these ideas or projects into action, or any plans that you may have connected to your professional life. On this, yes, on the 17th, a big day, Sun square Pluto, pretty challenging aspect. So the Sun will be still in your sphere of work, employment, and health, and Pluto in the 9th house. So we had a similar aspect here, but with Mercury on the very first of the month. So this time the Sun will square Pluto. And with the Sun squaring Pluto, so the activation of your work, everyday routine, and health, and squaring Pluto in your 9th house, foreign affairs, life philosophy, life direction, higher education. This could be a time when your patience is tested. You might experience power struggle in your career, with your coworkers, with people from your everyday life. And as a result of that, you might decide it's time to implement some changes. Whatever was working before might not be the case anymore. Now, with Pluto activated in your 9th house, on the other hand, this is a time when you are going to be really stimulated. You might desire power, more power. You might desire more spontaneity in your life, more freedom, independence, adventure as well. Right, so on the 19th, we've got Mercury turning direct in Libra. So finally, if you have any important documents to sign or agreements, now would be a good time for signing them, because when Mercury was retrograde until the 19th, that wasn't a good time to sign anything, start anything new. So if you delayed all these things until after Mercury turns direct, now would be a good time for getting back into them. Just keep in mind that Mercury will still stay in the post-shadow period until the 3rd of November. So you might still keep an open mind when dealing with your coworkers, people from your everyday life, or if you will be signing any important paperwork at work or in your personal life. Now, on the 20th, we've got a full moon in Aries, and this is happening in your area of hidden matter. So here, a full moon is oftentimes connected to endings, things coming to conclusion. And this is really the case in your case scenario this month, because this full moon is happening in your 12th house, the last house in the chart. So this will be a really great time for completing something. But at the same time, the ruler of this full moon, Mars, will align in a challenging alignment with Pluto in Capricorn. So as you can see here again, we've got the area of employment, of your health, routine, everyday routine, and your sphere of everyday of foreign affairs. So with Mars squaring Pluto, there is an increased ambition, usually. So you might be really ambitious at your work. You might feel really competitive as well with your coworkers, but also you want to get ahead with any projects, with anything concerning your everyday life, your work, your routine. However, someone might want to challenge your ego. Someone might want to block your efforts. So it's something to keep in mind, because you might be challenged by another. So keep this in mind throughout this time. But also with Pluto activated in your 9th house, this is a time when by being productive, effective, you might really accomplish quite a bit at this time. And on the 26th of the month, we've got Venus in Sagittarius squaring Neptune in Pisces, activating your sphere of intimate life transformation. And Pisces is in your sphere of friendships, groups you belong to, hopes and wishes. So during this day, you might have really high expectations of others. This could be connected to your intimate life, your intimate partner, but also to your friends, or perhaps people that you will be, people from any groups you belong to. So being mindful of your expectations is really important, because you might be disappointed, especially if these expectations are unattainable. And the month ends with the Sun in Scorpio squaring Saturn in Aquarius, and this is activating your sphere of personal relationships, business partnerships, love and marriage, and your sphere of career and professional life. So here with squares, here again, squares simulate change. This is not a good day for starting something new. This is not a good day for expecting something really big from another person, or perhaps to get involved in some challenging projects, because you might feel like something is blocking you or someone. You might feel restricted or low in energy. It's a really great time for being patient, persistent, or perhaps getting involved in some independent projects is impossible, or spending time in nature, reading, doing things that basically make you feel relaxed and that make you feel joyful. And on this note, I would like to wish you a pleasant month. I hope October is a good month for you, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you and bye for now.